Action! I'm already too loud. Welcome everybody to Lunch Academy episode 009, the offside banter to our everyday lives here at Launch Academy. My name is Sam and I'm the co-host, and alongside me, across from me, as always, the star of the show, Sharade.
Hello everyone. Very good. Welcome to episode 9.
Yes.
Happy to be here with our guest, Alex.
Hey,
Awesome.
how's it going?
Alex is the co-founder of Launch Academy.
Yay.
So none of this would be possible without him. So
One might say he's an OG.
OG.
Yeah.
He's old, but he's not a gangster.
One of the OGs. Yeah.
Fair enough.
When are you going to get Ray on this show?
So that's a secret. It's an
Yeah.
industrial secret. We told Kalina last time we have a lineup of months and months and months.
Yeah, we
Ray's
can't-
on the end of that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Ray
Ray didn't even make
Ray's
it.
like D-list. We're going through our A-list.
Oh, okay. So you got to go
Ray
for
is the
A-list,
CEO
yeah.
of Launch Academy, by the way.
Yeah.
But Alex is also the CEO of an exciting new venture called Shape Immersive.
Yes.
So we're definitely going to get time to talk about all of that. But first, as always, what's the weather forecast?
Oh, the weather is so up and down lately.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a cloudy, blah kind of day.
Scatter showers.
There's your forecast.
Yeah.
Cloudy blah.
It's a blah. You have to say the G at the end.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah. Heading into July.
And
with
yeah,
rain.
Saturday is also not going to be great, but Sunday, Monday looks okay. So
Yeah,
And it's
that's
almost Canada Day, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any plans, Monday will look nice for Canada Day. That's all that matters, right?
So Canada Day is looking nice. So
Yeah.
should I cancel my fireworks plans?
Wait,
Or?
I think so.
Well, Canada Day is on Sunday. So she's actually
Yeah.
she's cheating. She's checking
Yeah.
the weather forecast. I thought she
Yeah.
knows this stuff.
Okay,
No,
this
you
is
should
really
know this
sad
stuff.
because
Yeah.
this weekend is Jazz Fest, and they're having like
Yeah.
this outdoor jazz concert all day Saturday at what's that park called? David Lamb. Thanks, producer
Shout out to
lady.
David Lamb.
And it's gonna rain all Saturday, so
Oh, no.
damn it. Yeah. Anyway,
Thursday
side
weekend.
rant for the weather forecast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I should shout out. This show is being produced by Claire, aka producer lady Robinson. So shout out to her.
Future
Yay,
Iron
Claire.
Woman.
She's
Future Iron
smiling in appreciation for
Yeah,
the shout
and
out. She's
she's-
like, finally, you guys.
Yeah. She's
Anyway.
eating something as well.
Back to Alex. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's been a while, and finally we got you here on the show. So he's been begging to come on.
Yeah, no, I've been begging to come on. This is a great show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
We lasted 9
So why don't
episodes, and we
yeah.
haven't been closed down
Yeah.
yet. So that's
Yeah.
so.
I was on the wait list.
We gotta do it big for our 10th episode.
Yeah.
10th episode. It's gonna
Yeah.
be huge.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Huge. It's gonna be huge.
Can't be too huge.
Yeah.
We're pretty squished in here.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, like we want to talk about today is 6 years ago when Launch Academy started.
Yeah.
There were no lights, there's no cameras, no fancy hats, no T-shirts. Well, we did have T-shirts, but they were terrible.
Yeah, the logo's changed like 3 times.
The logo's changed 3 times. So I mean, kind of walk us through, paint the picture. What was it like at the beginning? What was the point of Launch Academy, and how did you get involved in? Yeah, let's go from
Yeah,
there.
for sure, yeah. So building Launch Academy was super difficult and challenging, right? Because we didn't really have a lot of resources. We're a grassroots initiative, a nonprofit organization. At the very beginning, it was myself, Mike, Ray, Roger, and Jesse. So, and I think the biggest reasons why we wanted to create this place is because we want to surround ourselves with like-minded entrepreneurs, right? So, and that's what we did, but we didn't really anticipate that Launch Academy is going to grow into this, massive thing, right?
Yeah.
And so the first thing we did was, we got the space, 12,000 square feet, and the next thing we know, entrepreneurs start to come on board. But when people ask me like, how did Launch Academy first started, and how they grow so big, right? And I tell them that it's really, it's we built Launch Academy one relationship at a time. And when I say one relationship at a time, it really means that we have like 30 meetings a week. We meet the entrepreneurs on a one-on-one basis. We had probably 200, 300 events in the last couple of years. So it's that grassroots type of mentality, right? There's no magical formula here. You have to meet the entrepreneur on a one-on-one basis to build that genuine relationship. And at the end of that, you start to have a community of people who are genuinely who genuinely care about each other, and then you start to have a culture that pays it forward, right? So, super grateful to be one of the first people to kind of kick off this community.
So when you started, like, let's be honest here, and we're on air, so you can't lie, apparently. How long did you actually expect to be with Launch Academy? Maybe both as an entrepreneur and as kind of like a co-founder. Like, what were you thinking? Like,
well, I was in debt, so I needed a job. But no, I think Launch Academy, because we hit so many milestones, right, in such a short amount of time. And Ray and I, we have a really great working relationship as well. So I just graduated from school. I did my first startup called Weave. Met Ray, and it was really amazing to have a mentor like him to kind of walk you through how to actually run an organization like Launch Academy. So I was definitely learning a lot alongside from him. And Ray's got way more operation experience than I have, right? So that kept going, and he also gave me the sort of autonomy, right, to create programs, to run with different campaigns, different models of business models that we brainstormed. So that was super interesting for me, but in terms of expectation, I was also looking for opportunities on the side. So because we're entrepreneurs at the end of the day, right? So I definitely have my side hustles, and that I started a bunch of startups. One was a condom company. yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So I think in 2014, I co-founded this company called Safe, and it's a condom delivery. Company. Yeah.
This is when Dollar Shave Club was that was the hot thing at the moment.
Yeah. So we wanted to do the Dollar Shave Club for condoms, so you don't have to be super awkward going to shoppers, and you have a 16-year-old teenager judging you and stuff like that. Yeah. So we deliver these the world's thinnest condoms to you, and these are Japanese condoms. They're 0.0038 millimeter thin. They don't sell it here, so we thought
specs. Okay.
Yeah. So I was, but we did that for a few months, and almost turned Launch Academy to like a fulfillment center.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I literally had like boxes of condoms like stack up, and I was like fulfilling these orders, and I just. And there was one day where I just felt like, what the heck am I doing with my life, right? And then.
But it was working. You guys did well.
No, we didn't. Like, I think we did everything up to a point.
Tell us more about this product market fit.
Yeah. So I think we built the baseline for the company, but we didn't really. We kind of lost our interest in the business model really quickly. And my co-founder, Vincent, and I, we just, this is what we do. We build something, and then we didn't stick to it, and then we quit. Yeah. And then so we just keep iterating to find something that we really enjoy doing, right? Because I realized that I didn't really enjoy the sort of logistics and the operation side of e-commerce business. Right?
You mean you didn't like mailing condoms out?
Yeah.
Let's be more succinct about it.
Yeah, there was merit to that idea, but
But back to Launch Academy. I mean, like looking forward, like 10, 20, 30 years from now, what's something that you'll take away from the experience of first, being a part of creating this, and also, you're in an interesting place because you're both like a co-founder. You've been in my position, in Shada's position, but you're also been in what we would call our customer's position, which is like you're an entrepreneur in the system, right? So you've literally experienced every facet of Launch Academy from all angles. So what's something you'll take away from all of it, and 20 years from now, like what are you going to remember? What are the lessons that And it comes down to one or two. I mean, like there's lots of little mini things like don't walk in Gastown 11:30 at night. But like that's not what you're gonna remember.
Right. Right. So I think focus is probably one of the most important lessons I've learned along the way. Because when you're in the position as the program manager or the community manager, you interact with entrepreneurs on a day-to-day basis, right? And if you're doing office hours as well, you meet these entrepreneurs on a one-on-one basis, and they'll tell you that, hey, there's all these opportunities that's in front of them. What should they do, right? Do they do this? Do they do that? And as a startup, you don't have a lot of resources. And your resources, your energy, your time, and maybe a little bit of your money, right? So you can't afford to work on everything, right? You have to be very strategic. You have to have that discipline of focus. And if you don't have that focus, then it's very easy for you to waste resources on things that don't matter in a couple of months, right? So if you're building a company and then you're thinking about doing R&D and you're thinking about investing a lot of resources into building the product, but you're not doing enough customer validation, right? So one of the biggest mistakes that startup founders make is that they end up building something that nobody wants. And I would say that's and for Launch Academy as well. I think focus is super important
for sure. And knowing that you're a UX designer, you like and I don't mean to demean UX designers out there, but you like pretty things. I think we all do. You like things to look a certain way. Where is that balance between, I guess, what you're describing as staying lean, building an MVP that's bare bones, the balance between that and something that you can be proud of, be presentable, and without leaning to the side of like you're being a perfectionist and you've overdone things. Like how do you find that balance?
Well, I think expectations have gone up in the last couple of years. When you're building a startup, maybe in 2009, 2010, maybe you can get away with a product that doesn't look as nice, right? But right now, because it's so much easier to build products, there's a lot of plug and play type of modules that you can just it's kind of like Lego, right? There's marketplaces are out there now. You can literally download graphical assets, stock photos. So there's really no excuse for your product to look
That's
crappy
the issue now.
right now.
Yeah, you've got to do it because there's all the resources out there.
Yeah.
Some of them are free, some of them are very cheap.
Exactly. So there's absolutely no excuse if your website still looks like something that's done 10 years ago.
And it's crazy how much judgment people put on that nowadays. Where like I notice it too. If I land on a website and I'm like, what? This just looks sketchy, and then you just get off the website.
Right? Credibility, right? That's huge.
Wix.com sites.
So Squarespace actually solves a lot of those problems, right? Because you can actually build a responsive website using Squarespace. So with all these tools, you really don't have an excuse to ship something that doesn't look nice.
Yeah, and that's I think that's an important pro tip for entrepreneurs out there today that are starting today. Is I think they still have a mentality, and I'm generalizing again, that you have to create everything kind of from scratch. Your code needs to be your own, your website needs to be your own, et cetera, et cetera. But there's enough APIs out there for almost anything that you can do. There's Zapier and with if this then that, right? Other things like that, and then you got Squarespace and Wix and Instapage and all those other guys. That you should have a software stack that can build you a outside looking in a very respectable startup without actually diving into code. Long term, you still want your own code, you still want your own assets, but especially when you're at that customer validation point,
right? You
can fake a lot of stuff. Hell, this show is faked.
Oh, is it?
Like we could have gone a long route of making sure we have a professional setup, making sure we have staff, a camera person, all that stuff. But we went a different route where we say, okay, what's the lowest amount of actual like smart tech that we need to put in this to produce a show? So it's a bunch of cables, a bunch of manual pressing buttons, and then away we go.
It's the shift between working hard to working smart. And I feel like now with tech and millennials, it's everybody just tries to work as smart as possible, and then it may look like they don't work that hard, but really they're having everything else working for them.
Cool. But I guess on that note, tell us about your new company.
Yeah, for sure. Shape Immersive, we're building a decentralized marketplace for geospatial data. And
That's a lot of words, but
I know.
Geospatial data.
Geospatial data, yes.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's a blockchain company as well. I'm probably gonna lose a few people here, but but the goal is to make this data universally accessible, so anyone can create scalable and persistent AR experiences. And by AR, I mean augmented reality.
Yep. And like, there's a term that I've seen you throw around a lot called the AR, the augmented reality cloud.
Yes.
Right. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're trying to map literally the whole world for AR. Is that the right way of describing it?
Yeah. So a lot of people think AR cloud as a real-time spatial map of the world. Some people think of it as the world's digital twin. Personally, I like to think of it as a digital universe that perfectly overlays on top of our real world. So, have you guys seen Stranger Things?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. No.
Watch
So,
Second season?
Well, yeah. So Upside Down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that, right? A parallel digital universe where everything in that universe has been digitized. And it's what's necessary for AR to hit the mainstream. It's because you need the spatial data for your cameras to relocalize. So you can actually view the experience, the virtual experience, interact with it from various angles. And then you also need the spatial map of the world, so you can support things like occlusion, which is hiding virtual objects behind physical ones, or collision, so like colliding virtual objects with physical objects. So these virtual assets can really behave like physical world objects, right? They respond to the physics of the world.
Right. So your technology, because from my understanding, to get the cloud visualized, I'm expecting some kind of satellite on the moon or something like that, right? Like some sort of cameras or some sort of feedback, or how's that work?
So satellite can only get you so far, right?
Okay.
So what we're really interested in is the near fields, right? So satellite, through satellite imagery, you can probably get a general sense of what the world looks like from very, very far away. Right. If you have lidar scanners on the planes to scan through a city, then you get a general idea of what the city looks like with more accuracy, right? But GPS at the end of the day, that's not super accurate. We're talking about spatial accuracy that's down to the millimeter. So that's when the near field technology, like our phones, become more relevant. Right, because then we can actually scan the space. And so it's also relevant is because that's where the most human activities occur as well. Right. So why is I guess the rainforest relevant if there's no one there to experience this virtual experience? Right. But West Hastings or Water Street in Gastown, that's super relevant, right? For general consumers. If they want to have an experience, a location-based AR game, or whatever the case may be, they need to be able to interact with the virtual experience at the street level.
And so, kind of just imagining things. It's like if I want to move to, I don't know, Saudi Arabia. Right. You're talking about in the future, your AR cloud is not complete, but to a point where it's usable. I can actually visualize myself walking the streets of Saudi Arabia without having to, before I decide whether I want to go there. Is that kind of...
So that's more virtual reality. So you can already do that with like Google Street View, or you can just create a 3D model of Saudi Arabia. What augmented reality is more focused on is that you're stepping into the real world, right? And you're interacting with virtual experiences in the real physical world.
So in the future, we'll be able to walk down the street, and I'll be able to just look at a restaurant, and then
Jurassic Park will come out.
I'll be able to like
the Velociraptor will just
Yelp
come out
reviews out of the restaurant, or I'll be able to have like arrows on the sidewalk telling me where to go for Google Maps.
Exactly.
But this is like the first steps towards making that accessible to everyone.
Exactly. So what you brought up there is, it's the biggest promise of AR, right? It's the ability to organize information at its origin. So you can go to a historic site and be able to learn the history of that place, right? Or you can navigate yourself in a foreign city without the need of a map or translator. So
you can have a virtual pet that follows you around everywhere.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's super interesting.
A virtual pet that never needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I mean, my probably tough question, but this is my favorite question would be, when do you think AI will be, sorry, not AR will be mainstream? When do you think we'll get there?
So something really exciting happened yesterday. Niantic, the company that built Pokemon Go, they announced their real-world platform, and they're able to do something called real-time inclusion through computer vision technology as well as deep learning. Cool. So they're able to they can make the camera see the world like humans do. So the camera will understand the different objects in the space. It's able to map out the scene as well. So in their demo video, you see this AR Pikachu, right? And it's able to actually go behind physical world objects in real time.
Wow.
So that's something that I haven't seen before. That real time.
Like climbing up a billboard or something.
Yeah. So like jumping onto a bench, and you see dynamic objects like people walking. Right?
Yeah.
These are people walking, and then the Pikachu goes behind the person.
Yeah. Instead of through, which is what you get now.
Yeah. So there's a lot of misconception around augmented reality. Like most people think that's superimposing computer generated image on top of the real world. I would say that's AR maybe 1.0 whatever, right? But I think augmented reality is more about enhancing your reality, right? So it's not just visual, right? It's olfactory, it's auditory as well. Right. So so all these experiences, like we're starting with visual most of the time, but eventually when you ask when will AR hit mainstream, it's really when our devices are like AR headsets or AR glasses are ubiquitous. Right, so everyone's wearing them and it's able to support multiplayer interaction, right? So you and I, we can look at the same virtual experience or virtual character at the same time in real time and interact with it. That's when AR is going to hit the mainstream, because right now it kind of feels like surfing the web without friends. It's a very silo experience.
Well, that's not true. When you said major Pokemon Go announcement, I thought you said because they announced they're making trades now.
Oh, okay. No,
you're going down that route.
No. That's
wait. So this is exciting. In the future, everybody's gonna have to wear hipster glasses. That's what's happening.
In theory, dude, I spent a lot of money to not wear glasses.
Just to have to wear them in the future.
But that does bring up a good point, because I mean, like, Google Glass, super famous products. Also, you could call it a super famous failure. My question to you is, if Google can't, make it mainstream, what was missing, or in your opinion?
Oh, it was just because they're simply just too early, right?
Yeah.
They're not ready for the adoption, like people. Take it on.
Exactly, and privacy is such a huge issue right now, right? Like, who wants people to have cameras, on their face, capturing every single moment of it, right? So we haven't really seen a killer AR app right now in the industry. And that's why it hasn't really hit the mainstream. They're more
the closest thing is Pokemon Go.
I think Pokemon Go, with their acquisition of Extra Reality and another company, they're really diving into the AR space, right? They're investing heavily into the core technologies. And potentially competing with ARKit 2 as well. So it'll still take a while. I think people will have to kind of get used to this idea, because if mobile AR will come first, right? So this experience still it's not perfect, because the field of view is still limited, right? You're kind of looking through a magical lens, and then you see the experience. But there is this kind of middleware that's in front of you, right? The ultimate experience is when you're wearing some sort of headsets or glasses, and then you will be able to interact with the virtual experience. And then your field of view wouldn't be as limited, right? And this is where Magic Leap is kind of heading towards, with their headset and their light pack and all that kind of stuff. It's so you are, you have a very clear view of the world, but at the same time you have all these virtual experiences that's seamlessly integrated in that physical world.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
How have you found Vancouver as like a host for AR VR innovation so far?
I think Vancouver is great. We're so I'm also on the board of the VR AR Association, the Vancouver chapter, and we are currently the fastest growing chapter.
Cool.
And all of the chapters, all the 50 chapters around the world.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Dan Berger, our president, he just recently released an infographic on the current landscape of VR AR in Vancouver, and we're surpassing 200 companies right now in this hub, and a lot of it is attributed to our gaming and our film industries, because tackling
goes hand in hand.
Because tackling VR and AR seems like the natural step, right, for gaming and film, right, to innovate.
And you guys got a cool kind of conference coming up as well.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
And is this going to be the first VR AR kind of big event here in Vancouver?
So last year we have CVR.
Okay.
Right. And Archiac was the organizer of that. But now with the VR AR Global Summit, it's organized by the VR AR Association, which is a global entity with, I think, over 5,000 members. So the type of poll is very different, right? The type of speakers that we're able to bring on board. So we have speakers from Adobe, Google, Microsoft, Intel, right? So all the big players are going to be here at this conference. And it's on September 21st and 22nd. Cool. And it's going to be the biggest VR AR conference that Vancouver has seen.
I'll be there.
Or Western Canada, really. Yeah.
I'll be there as long as Dan gives me a free ticket, Dan, if you're watching.
Wow, you're really hyping Dan.
Yeah.
It's twice
well, Dan wouldn't be the person to give you that.
Would that be you?
No, it'd be Emery, and yes.
I need an intro to
all
Emery.
these secrets.
Yeah.
But I mean, kind of go back a little bit. Like, you went to a conference called AWE.
AWE.
It's more fun if you say aw.
It's
2018.
awesome, right? It's awesome. AWE, awesome.
Some awe.
Yeah.
But you guys demoed your tech with something called KittyCon.
Yeah.
What is KittyCon?
So KittyCon is actually the world's first multiplayer mixed reality experience that's powered by a mobile device like an iPad, and it's a demonstration that we did to show the potential of the AR cloud, right, and to validate why spatial data matters. So what we did was we built a 6-foot tall replica of the Empire State Building. And this is a physical world object, right?
It's like made of wood or cardboard.
Yeah,
or
it's made of wood. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then we programmed a virtual cat to interact with this building, and this cat is KittyCon, and so the cat is spatially aware, so it can actually understands the geometry of the building and is able to climb behind the building and disappear from the player's field of view. And then, or it can climb up the building, right, with sub-centimeter level of spatial accuracy.
So this is like an example of, like, in the future, if you were to scan the real version of this building, you would be able to have a real
KittyCon,
KittyCon climbing up
the real Empire State Building. Yes, exactly, right? So if we have the the real reference point clouds of the Empire State Building, then we can theoretically put a virtual object on that building and interact with it, right?
Very cool.
So if you think about Transformers, think about Pacific Rim, Jurassic World, right? The future of movie trailers could very well be that we step into it, right? Instead of consuming it from a screen. And we've been doing this for the last 68 years, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Beats 4D. I hate 4D. Sorry, guys. Do you guys know what 4D is?
Yeah.
Like, when you go to
4D,
Disney World or Universal Studios and they, because 3D apparently isn't enough, so they go with 4D. And it's usually some mixture of, like, people blowing crap in my face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had that before. Where like
water,
and then
usually
the ground
water.
shakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Air and
Also,
water.
3D makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to puke half of the time.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So that sounds way cooler. What do you think of Facebook announcing they're going to launch Oculus TV?
It's cool.
It's cool. Confirmed.
I saw that today, and I was like, damn it, I cannot wait to be able to put that on the plane and just be able to like zone out. Like that would be probably my main use for this Oculus headset, would be like traveling. Yeah. And then you'd be able to, I mean, I don't know if I'd use it in my living room, but
I guess my biggest question is that experience substantially better than just watching something on TV?
I don't think it's substantially better. I think it's more portable.
Right.
That's like the only issue they're really solving.
The portability you have, your phones,
But nobody wants to do this.
I do have arm problems doing this. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's not revolutionary, right? It's just kind of like a solving.
Yeah, I mean, I have my personal opinion on this, but I think it's really exciting what Oculus is doing, right? They're making VR headsets a lot more accessible, right? $200, you have this very amazing piece of device that, that's accessible to the general public. But right now it's just the technology in terms of like resolution, latency, it's not quite there yet.
It's not there.
And so that's why like watching, Netflix or watching a movie on my 48-inch TV, that's still a substantially better experience.
Oh, of course.
It's a 4K TV, right?
Yeah.
Versus putting on a headset
240p.
and then you're still looking at this screen just in a virtual environment. It's not like you turn around and there's something there, right? So in VR, what's the most compelling use case in VR is story living, right? Because it's immersive.
Not the flat.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so like, there's absolutely no point to watch TV in an immersive environment. Right. But there's a lot of merit to immersing yourselves in a story where you can discover different things, right? And everyone's experience would be slightly different because it's kind of like your choose your own adventure type of deal, right?
Yeah.
So that's mine. But I haven't really looked into it yet. So
yeah, but that's fascinating.
I'm imagining like movies in the future where you can just walk through the scenes.
That's I think the first step that AR is looking at is vision, and I think we spent a lot of time talking about vision. Just imagine for a second, smell. Right? Like, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how it works at all. But just we're playing make believe. Yeah. Like, imagine you can walk through the scene, but you can also smell the streets of Brooklyn. Yeah. You can also, like, all that stuff. You can do this. You can smell the bagels. You can smell, like, the grime of New York. Yeah. And that is your movie experience, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
That'll happen.
Yeah, eventually. That's where the world's, heading. So.
But speaking of crazy, so I'm excited this week to announce a brand new segment that we're doing, inspired by our lovely folks here at Launch Academy. So a couple of weeks ago, we had talked about our mystery of forks, and you've been here for 6 years. We've had a fork problem, and the fork problem is literally that we as Launch Academy, we keep buying forks, and every 2 weeks I go up to Shadi and go, Shadi, there's no forks.
And I just shrug. I don't know where they go.
And then we look in the dishwasher. We look everywhere.
I've put it a million times in our newsletter. I've verbally harassed people to be like, is that our fork?
and the stupid part is, and especially for people that don't live with parents that actually have to buy, forks and knives and
forks
stuff.
Expensive.
They generally come, like, unless you're in an office like us, they generally come in sets, right? So you get forks, knives, and spoons. And the result of that is we have, like, literally thousands of knives in our office.
I found an Amazon provider that sells them separately. But it's so expensive. I think we have a really big yearly budget on spoons and forks. And nobody takes knives home. There's discrimination against knives.
Yeah, because they're not useful. Yeah. But anyway, that kind of inspired us to do this segment, and I'm calling it What the Fork. Yeah. And What the Fork is the weirdest, wackiest, and mysterious stories of tech that we can find. So this week's What the Fork goes to the consumers of Vancouver. So according to CTV News, and this is you can go Google it or whatever, last weekend there was a man named Douglas Bevins, and he boiled about 100 organic beef hot dogs. Okay, and he put one in each one in a bottle of water that he sold at an annual car-free event. So then, to promote this, he wore a hot dog onesie at the event, called himself the CEO of Hot Dog Water. So Bevins told people that water creates quicker sodium uptake for good health because hot dog water and perspiration resemble each other. So when you drink hot dog water, it bypasses the lymphatic system, whereas other waters have to go through your filtering system. So really, hot dog water has 3 times as much uptake as coconut water. Okay? His product was professionally packaged and looked like something out of a legitimate company, except for, you know, one thing: they had freaking hot dogs in their water. And so obviously you and I were all laughing. Many people other laughed too.
Yeah.
But there were others that were impressed by the health benefits that it experienced with this unique product.
This is not real.
This is real.
This is not real. It's
Including body spray and hot dog water breath freshener. The price for hot dog water was $38.99 a bottle.
What?
But, you know, because Bevins is a nice dude, because of a special discount during this car event, it was $75 for 2 bottles. Nice guy, right?
Oh my god.
So Bevins, his real job is he operates as both a tour operator and a performance artist. So he came up with the idea because he questioned, you know, whether the ridiculous marketing and health claims behind some products. And he's like, I bet I could sell hot dog water. So he knew it's not a thing. It's a joke.
I'm gonna look this up.
He's looking this up. His aim was to get consumers to bypass slick marketing and think about what they're buying, especially in the age of social media clicks and likes, right? So he thought this could be like a cool project for an art performance to create awareness about critical thinking. So here's the kicker. With hot dog water body spray, with their lip balm, with their breath freshener, and of course, you know, the awesome hot dog water bottles itself, he sold about 60 liters of product over the weekend.
Wow.
60 liters. So while obviously it's hilarious, it's also extremely, extremely sad.
Concerning.
In our chase for supposed health, did we just forget our brains at the starting line? For every cynic that tells you like marketing doesn't work, this guy's just proved otherwise.
Wait,
So
the bottles actually look nice.
the
too.
bottles look nice. That's what I'm telling you. So consumers of Vancouver, what the fork, man? That is this week's segment of What the Fork. And it's so unbelievable
crazy.
that everybody in the room right now is just Googling whether I just lied to them or not.
Fake news.
This is real. I mean, it's a fake product, but this is real.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, guys.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is, if you guys have interesting, weird, wacky stories that you think could be on What the Fork, we want to encourage you to send them to Sade at launchacademy.ca, Sam at launchacademy.ca. Give us a tweet at Launch Academy HQ, whatever way you can find us, and we'll see if it's up to the par.
I want to meet this guy.
We want to get this guy on the show?
Yeah.
Douglas Bevins, if you're listening, come on our show. We'll bring you in. We'll cut you in line. We'll cut out race.
Yeah. Ray, you're out.
So before we move on, we do have a game for you, Alex, and I know you didn't want to play
awesome.
a game.
Yeah.
Too bad. So Shadi, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Oh right. Okay, I'm doing this.
I don't have the notes.
I'd rather do karaoke.
Do I have the notes?
Vivian did karaoke last night.
Oh right. Oh, God,
So the game we're gonna play is called Rapid Fire, and we've played this before with a couple of our guests. So we just want to quickly learn a lot about you in a small space of time. So the point is for you to not think, just answer.
Oh,
So
I'm
Shadi
nervous.
has the questions ahead of her, and
All right.
don't worry, we have food at the end of this, maybe.
This.
All right, let's do this. You ready?
Sorry,
No.
Susie, beforehand.
No. Yeah. If there's like no
Susie,
filter, then I don't know if this is allowed.
This won't be the fastest rapid fire because I'm also a very slow reader.
Okay.
All right.
Read faster,
Yeah.
faster.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Okay, what's your favorite day of the week? Too slow.
Too slow?
Too slow.
I don't have a particular.
Oh, come
Yeah, because
on.
entrepreneurs work 7 days a week.
Everybody has a favorite day of the week. What's your favorite day of the week?
I don't know, Saturday?
Thursdays.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your life motto?
Carpe diem? Seize the day?
If you have to give a one-line advice to someone trying to make his or her startup successful, what would it be?
Focus?
Kanye West or Kanye East?
East.
If you could
'Cause I know
own one,
him.
if you could own one tech company, which one would it be?
What? Sorry? What's
If
the
you
question?
could own one tech company, which one would it be?
Shape Immersive?
Nice one. Who do you admire the most?
Kanye East?
That's Ray's nickname.
What color is your toothbrush?
Black.
What would be the name of your first child?
Did I say Is it Fanny or Laura? Laurel. It's
Okay.
Laurel. Yeah. Yanni or Laura? Yeah, it's Laurel. Yeah.
Favorite Launch Academy staff member?
Oh, this is hard.
Oh, dude, it's gotta be
Kobe.
fast.
Least favorite Launch Academy staff member?
Ooh.
Oh, you can't think too much.
I can't think too much.
Yeah, he has a name in his mind, but he's not saying it.
I'm thinking about the mice. I'm not thinking about anyone
Alright.
on the team. I'm thinking about
He's like thinking about Cinderella.
yeah, our extended team.
If you could follow in the footsteps of one famous CEO, who would it be?
Kanye East.
Which startup do you wish you invested in?
Shape Immersive.
But you already invested in it.
Oh yeah, with my time. But not my
What would
money.
you do? What would you do with 15 minutes of fame?
15 minutes with me. I don't know. So what's like the
If you had 15 minutes
Minutes of
where the
fame.
world
Like-
had their eyes on you and you would
Really?
be famous.
I don't like fame though.
He'd sing a whole new world.
Yeah. I would say go do some good.
Nice. That's good.
Solid, very
Yeah.
convincing.
Yeah.
Name 5 tech startups in 10 seconds.
Startups?
10 seconds.
You already lost.
I know.
9, 8,
Yeah.
7,
Thinkific, later,
5,
predictable revenue.
3, 2, 1.
Launch Academy.
You got 2?
Yeah.
Launch Academy is not a startup. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
If you could talk to Justin Trudeau, what would you say? Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Justin.
Yeah.
What are
The,
those?
the pipeline thing is pretty upsetting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. What house supply is running out right now?
House supplies, not condoms.
Use one word to describe your technology ability. What did you write?
Technology-
Use one word to
what?
describe your technology ability.
Technology ability, I have none.
Incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah.
If you went back to school, it would be for?
For I want to say programming,
I
but
want to say midwifery seems useful.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the final and most important one. What do you like to eat at work?
I don't eat at work.
I was about
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah,
Alex
I
doesn't
know.
eat at work. I've been trying to convince him to
Yeah.
go to Costco and buy a bunch of snacks and then just have it at the desk.
Yeah.
Because this guy can focus. This number one tip is focus, but he can focus to the point where he doesn't eat for like a whole day. It's not
Yeah.
good.
Where do you think we get it from?
You guys.
Thank
It
you
doesn't-
for the slowest rapid fire
I
session.
know.
I know.
I'm terrible.
You know I'm slow. It's the fact that I know too many
I say
languages.
Kanye East like 3 times.
Yes. Kanye East, for those that you
Yeah.
don't know, is, I mean, go Google this, guys. Go take a picture of Ray Walia. Just Google Ray Walia, and you're gonna find these like the weirdest
I
smiles.
feel like we should do something so that when people Google Kanye East, Ray shows up.
Oh, I could work.
Yeah,
on
we can just hire an SEO. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
that. Sounds good.
Yeah. Shape Immersive would sponsor this campaign.
We can interact with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can poke
Kanye
it.
East and AR.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan.
Googling
Location
it.
based game.
Fair enough. So before we kind of move on to the main event, which is the food, we do have some announcements to make. So first of all, if you're not following us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, why not? You've already
Yeah.
lasted through like 45 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Just give us a follow, guys. Like seriously.
Do it.
Yeah.
Launch Academy HQ. It's very easy to spell, unless you spell Lunch Academy, in which case you've spelled it wrong. But we should probably get those handles too. So it's Launch
Yeah.
Academy HQ, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Just do it.
Is it gonna
Okay.
show up here? Like,
Maybe.
Are you guys that
I'll
sophisticated
pretend you're
yet?
like link down below.
Yeah,
link down below.
Yeah. Or just
click
like
here.
here, right?
Well, I'm waiting for your AR stuff to just
Yeah.
be like, just throw it
Just
in
like
your
show,
face.
yeah.
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 But
Those
if you
my
haven't
programs.
subscribed, we are actually a podcast for those of you that only interact with us on Facebook. So make sure you give us a subscribe. Give us that 5 stars.
do it.
We will buy you lunch if you give us 5 stars.
Don't say that. We don't have the budget. Don't
Alex
say
will
that.
buy you lunch if we have 5
Hey,
stars.
running a startup here.
Okay, we've got lots of
So
important
we
announcements.
also have lots of events. So why don't you go ahead first?
Well, first of all, we wanted to tell everybody that Traction is around the corner. So
Corner.
just around the corner. If you want to participate or if you want to just attend, make sure you look up what we've got going on for Traction. I'm not even sure what we should give them in terms of a site to go to.
TractionConf.io.
Okay,
So
it's not through our website.
TractionTionConf.io. I can
Check it
spell
out.
fake words.
Also, big announcement. Launch Academy has space. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell your mom, your sister. Launch Academy is open to new members.
Yes, so we have a brand new exciting Launchpad program that we're releasing for August 1st. We will have more information in the coming weeks, so make sure you're staying tuned to the next episode of Launch Academy, or just make sure you're following our website. But if you're a startup, you're looking for product market fit, we're looking at you. We want to work with you. We want to help you.
We want you.
We want you.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam right here. Right? We'd love to work with you. Want to help you out. Just have a discussion. Check out our website.
Also, we've got a few cool events. This is a long shot because our next events are in July, but I figured I'd tell you guys in advance.
Technically.
It's almost July.
Yeah.
Oh,
one more day.
Speaking of July, happy early birthday to
Oh,
Alex.
thank
That's
you.
an important announcement.
When's his birthday?
Canada Day.
I thought it
Right?
was July 2nd.
Yeah, July 2nd. Yeah.
All right. See?
Yeah,
Is it July 2nd?
It's technically on Canada Day because it's July 2nd in Taiwan, and because of the time difference, it's actually July 1st.
Only he thinks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
He
get
wants to have the
celebrate.
same day.
Are you going to be in the
Canada.
office?
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because it's a long weekend, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Don't come. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
anyways.
you're gonna be on it. You know?
Exciting. Canada Day and Alex's birthday. We've got a few events coming up in July. On July 11th, we've got a lunch and learn on how to create a high converting landing page. Important
That's
stuff.
pretty important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got John Chan, CEO of 2X Conversion Design, coming and talking to us about all of that jazz. And then on July 7th, we've got a panel
17th.
on...
July 17th.
Sorry. Yeah, July 17th. Thanks for the correction. A guide to seed fundraising. And this is going to be awesome panel with all alumni from Launch Academy. So we've got Monique Morden from Lendified. We've got Sarah Goodman from Vital Signs and Craig Slagle. I always mispronounce his last name. From Run Go. Run Go is super cool. I use it all the time. Download Run Go.
And for those of you that like TV, both Sarah and Craig were on Dragon's Den.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool.
So, I mean, come to the panel if you need money.
Yeah.
If you don't need money, that's cool.
Yeah.
Don't come. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we also looking forward up into September. There's also a hackathon for those of you coders or builders or things like that. Vanhacks.com. Check out that website. It's a hackathon that's dedicated to helping fulfill technical debt to a select group of nonprofit companies. So they're trying to help these nonprofit companies who help create a lot of good work in the city of Vancouver. So they're gathering hackers, coders, designers to build solutions for them. So vanhacks.com. That's going to be in late September. I think September 21st is the date.
Yeah.
So you want to check out that website.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Any announcements from
Any
Alex?
announcements from
Yeah,
Alex?
so as the presenting sponsor of the VR AR Global Summit, we have an exclusive opportunity to build a city-scale multiplayer mixed reality experience. And we're looking for partners who have access to licensed IP. So these are well-known media franchises. And so, Paramount Pictures, 20th Century Fox, Disney. I would love to speak to your contact layer because this is going to be the world's first city-scale AR experience.
I want to see
So we're
Spider-Man
breaking
swinging
history.
through.
We'll make that happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be super cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet. And then shout outs to Dan Berger, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any shout out to-
Dan's getting a lot of airtime.
What about my mom?
What-
Dan is
yeah.
replacing my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to Sade's mom. What up? Haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, he was in Brazil.
ever.
Sao Paulo.
Yeah, I can't keep track anymore
Yeah.
of that guy.
Shout out to Team Costa Rica too.
Yeah, way
Thanks
to go,
for
Costa Rica.
participating.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Team Panama soccer team. Thank you for getting 11 yellow cards. Any shout outs for you?
No, I think
No,
I'm good.
okay.
Ready for
Yeah.
food.
Ready for
Sam
food?
has brought us
Alright.
something hopefully delicious.
This has
Yeah.
been my most stressful week of food.
Can't have fried food, by the way.
You can't have fried
No,
food?
No.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Sam only eats
I
fried
only
food.
bring
Yeah.
fried food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
What's this?
regardless, so I had first of all, I knew Alex was coming, so I wanted to bring him something that would be special to him.
Mushrooms.
Well,
We contemplated
You're gonna
that.
troll me.
we contemplated that,
Oh,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
we still want you to come back on the show in the future. So
Okay.
So
Is
that
it
that was
Oshi
out of there.
Sushi from Miku.
But here's the issue. So the original place, which I'm not going to name because I think we can use it in the future. So I knew I wanted to bring something like hot, like not cold.
Okay.
So it had to be close to the airtime. I didn't
Right.
want to bring it in like 11 this morning, have it sit for 2-3 hours, and then like
Right.
we're eating garbage. Doesn't matter where it's from.
Right.
So the problem was I needed to get it as close to airtime as possible. And when I went to go to the place that I was going to get the food at, it was like 12:15, 12:20. The lineup was like 45 minutes out the door.
Oh, wow.
Literally out the door. And I was standing in line and I texted Shud. I'm like, I'm in trouble. Literally those words. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm in trouble. Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do now.
Yeah.
Luckily, I came up with a backup. So unfortunately, my first choice will have to wait till you come back on the air.
Oh yeah.
But also, I didn't know that you're not eating fried food because you're on a diet or
No,
or
no,
something.
just yeah.
So
Try to stay
maybe
away from fried food.
trying to what?
Just stay away from fried food.
Oh well, you're not staying away this time. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to go with my second choice, which is honestly
Not-
you'd probably like more, but I'm also 87% sure that you've already had this.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't want
Right.
to go this route in the first place.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm 83.4% sure Sade's never had it.
Oh, okay. So it's
So-
for Jade.
And Claire hasn't
Yeah.
had chicken in
So what
7
is-
years, so
So it's just chicken.
it's chicken.
Oh, you
Fried
just
chicken.
named it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
why
Duke's-
don't one of you
Duke's
guys
fried
open it
chicken.
up?
Yeah. Duke's
So
fried chicken.
the food this week
Nampan.
is so Alex recognizes it. It's
Yeah.
from Nampan.
Yeah.
I'll get some glory
Chicken wings,
shots
yeah.
in for the insides,
Oh, this is good.
right? Nampan, a very well-known Cambodian restaurant. A lot of people think it's a Vietnamese restaurant, but they actually
Uh-huh.
serve Cambodian food. They all do have pho noodles, which are good as well.
Yeah.
But they're most known for are their potent and addictive chicken wings.
Yeah.
And I'd say about 5 years ago, it was one of like the hidden gems of Vancouver. Like,
Uh-huh.
but now like everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So, Shadi, have you had this before?
No, that looks.
Oh, okay.
Smells incredible.
Yeah.
So the key to this is, as I take a picture live on air,
Yeah.
is you also have to have the sauce that comes with it.
Yeah.
It
The
can't
vinegar.
just be
The vinegar.
It can't just be the wings by itself.
It's
So
It's garlic butter.
it's
right?
very garlicky,
Yeah,
very
garlicky.
potent. I generally don't like garlic because it gives like a bad vibe to
Why
me
not?
later. Well, it's the thing with me and vegetables.
So-
But since I mean,
Smells so good.
Yeah.
Shadi, do you want to give it first crack since
Yeah.
Alex
Yeah.
had it before and he's also allergic apparently?
No, I'm just staying away from.
He's staying away from
From
it, so
fried
you're gonna
food.
have to give us the review on this.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, you have to get the sauce out first.
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
You're not getting the full.
I already love it because
experience.
it's
Yeah.
so garlicky.
So wait,
Get the
so
full
it's like
experience.
non-pan sponsor this? Is that the deal?
Non-Pen, if you're listening, we will take a sponsorship, no problem.
Yeah. You're
I'm giving
doing
them a
product
free
placement
shout
here,
out.
right?
Product placement.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, see, live reaction.
Whoa. Whoa. See,
That's
see,
so
I'm good to you. You keep
Wow.
giving me this vegan crap. No offense to
But
vegans.
she's good to you too. She's just thinking long term.
No, it's like it's the worst kind of vegan food. It's unhealthy vegan food. It's like
Oh, really?
it's like
No.
fried.
That's
blah,
not true.
blah.
Right.
Last week was like the sweetest pudding I've had in my life,
Really?
and it was vegan. I'm like, this is gonna give me diabetes.
Yeah.
This is really
Shout out to
good.
those guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
just gonna watch Sade as she's trying to avoid the mic and making these.
Is this
Natural
where
sounds.
we usually lose our audience?
No, this is where
Yeah.
all the audience
Yeah,
comes
the
in.
producer lady's giving me the nod.
Producer's like, cut it out. You guys
Yeah,
have done
it's like
over an hour.
you're done. You're done.
All right, bye everyone.
All right,
Right.
so thank you, Alex, for
Yeah,
coming on to our
you're
show.
welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Non-Pen,
Yeah.
for allowing me to pay you and give us food. And join us next time for episode
Yeah.
10, which Sade promises to be huge.
Yeah, it will be
Oh,
massive.
really?
Massive, celebrating.
Massive.
10 episodes.
Oh, yeah. I should
episodes.
you should have lined me up for the 10th one.
Huge.
So
All
who's
right.
gonna be on the 10th episode?
We don't know. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to wait and find out. Maybe it's just us, and like,
Yeah.
that'll be a massive letdown.
No
Anyway-
special guest.
Anyway, we're gonna sign off now. So thank you everybody
Yeah.
for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Peace out.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.